welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie Nause with the Live Love Toronto team at Keller Williams, and in our market minutes for the month of October, we are as usual going to cover condos in CO1, Liberty Village, Fort York, and we're going to talk a little bit about this mortgage stress test that's kind of been buzzing around in the media just because we are getting a lot of questions on that. I do apologize for the delay in getting our video out this month. Before we go into the numbers, I'll just talk a little bit about our promotion. We are offering a $200 credit towards A to B moving boxes. They are stackable, hard-sided boxes. They get dropped off and picked up once you're done your move. They are fantastic. I use them for my own move and I had a really great experience. So it's something we would like to pass along to our clients. We will have an exclusive discount with A to B as well. So if you want some more information on that, feel free to check the link in the info box down below. And if you would like to hear what's happening in the condo market and a little bit more about the stress test, then keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe for more monthly promos, market updates, and hot new listings. Okay, so let's start with CO1 condos because that's kind of the general area. The average price was $542,700. This is actually up 2% from last month and up 20% from last year. So still really, really good growth and gains in CO1. The number of sales was 367, so this is up 3% from the previous month and still down 25% from last year. So last year, if you remember, they had made some changes to the mortgage rules, I think October 15th. So we definitely saw a lot of people rushing to get through and to push their deals through. Compared to last month, prices are slightly up, sales are slightly up, and compared to last year, prices are still way up, like 20%, come on. And sales are still way down. So we do see that there's been like a drastic drop in the number of sales. Let's take a look at Fort York. So Fort York, the average price is $507,037. So down from the average in CO1, down 3% from what they were selling at last month and up 25% from last year. So Fort York is seeing above average price growth. There were only 23 sales. So that's actually up a couple sales from the previous month and down 22 from the same time last year. So we saw a lot more units trade in Fort York, and that actually makes a lot of sense to me because I felt like Fort York, the prices stayed pretty flat, and then all of a sudden we saw a big bump in price, and everybody was interested in selling, myself included, their condo around this time last year. Average days on market is 19, so that's up a couple days from the previous month and down 2 from last year. So they're still selling quicker and for a lot more money. So compared to last month, prices are down a bit, sales saw a tiny increase, and compared to last year, prices are way up and sales are actually way down. Okay, so now let's focus on Liberty Village. The average price, $537,881. So that's down 1% from last month and still up 16% from this time last year. There were 27 sales, so 27 units sold. That's down 10 from last month and down 3 from the same time last year. So we're actually still seeing around the same amount of units transact, like very close to what we were seeing this time last year. Average days on the market is 16, so that's actually up 1 from last month and up 3 from last year. So not too much change in the duration and amount of time it takes for properties to sell. So compared to last month in Liberty Village, prices are down a little bit, sales are also down. Compared to last year, prices are up and sales are down. Like that's the number of transactions. So as usual, I'm gonna link all the stats and some infographics down below if you just prefer to kind of take a look at the big picture that way. So all those links will be in the description box down below. If we take a look at the big picture, I actually think that we're seeing prices come up the same as last year as a result of buyers who are pre-approved trying to beat these new mortgage stress test rules. And it's important to note that anyone who's putting down 20%, I don't think people really understand this. Anyone who's putting down less than 20%, you have already been qualified this way. So the only people that are really going to be impacted by this are people that are mandated to put down 20% or purchasers that had to put down 20% in order to qualify in the price point that they wanted to get into, and investors because they have to put down more than 20%. So those are the only people that are really going to be impacted. Previously, you could qualify if you were putting down 20% based on the discounted rate. So whatever the best rate is, now people are being qualified at the posted rate, which is higher. All that's going to do is going to change how much buyers can qualify for. So the amount of money that their bank is going to give them that they can actually spend. And we'll actually put a link down below so that from one of our brokers, one of our mortgage brokers, to kind of explain a little bit better. just because sometimes it can be a little bit hard to wrap your head around it. So what does it really mean? I'm actually expecting prices to come down a little bit. More because I think buyers are just really ready to have a change in the market. But for the average condo buyer, I feel like most of our purchasers are first-time buyers, you know, getting into these different neighborhoods. They've already been qualified this way. The housing market has already seen prices come down substantially. So detached homes in CO1 are still up 8.25% year over year, which is a good amount. A few years back, like 3-4 years ago, if we were seeing numbers of 7, 8, 9, 10%, I would have been like, wow, that's a phenomenal year. However, because we've seen 25%, 33%, it seems like a low number, and also because it has come down significantly off the peak of the market in March and April. Condos in CO1 are still up 20.44%. So there's a huge disparity between what those unit types are up year over year, and I think coming into the new year we will see that amount shrink a little bit. That's just what I expect. So if you're considering selling, you may really want to start considering to put it up now, because we are seeing a little bit of a bump in prices, just as buyers try and rush through, although I don't know why, because most of these people are still putting the same amount down, less than 20%, but it all, you know, the media hypes things up and it always tends to have an impact. Buyers, if you are planning on purchasing, please have your pre-approval done. A little birdie in the mortgage industry told me that some of the lenders may actually extend the pre-approvals beyond the January deadline. So it's just something to have a conversation with your broker around. And we do have some great brokers if you guys are interested in seeing what they can qualify you for. Another workaround for the lenders, like the mortgage industry, maybe for people putting down 20% or more to qualify them based on a 35-year amortization instead of a 25-year, which will kind of ensure that purchasers will be qualified for the same amount as before the new change came into effect. So it'll be interesting to see if they will take advantage of that workaround. It's actually interesting times in the real estate market right now. I'll be interested to see what happens coming into the new year. And actually, anyone that has an opinion, feel free to chime in. I always like to hear what you guys think, especially purchasers who are out in the market, people that are just following this. Like, what do you think? Do you think prices are going to come down? I think they might. I think they may. I think they may. That's what I'm expecting. So that does conclude our market minute for the month of October, the October stats. We will have all the links to the information covered down below. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can always get me on my cell, 647-973-8392, or comment, or hit us up through our website. And remember, we are offering for what's left of the month of November that credit towards A to B moving boxes, the hard side boxes. So the link is going to be in the description box down below for that, and we will have an exclusive discount code for you guys. Even if you don't end up purchasing through us, we just really believe in the company, or if you do something with our team the following month, we will be happy to share that with you as well. So that does conclude our market minutes for this month. Until next month, this is Stephanie Nause with the Live Love Toronto team at Keller Williams. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like this kind of information, you feel like we're doing a good job, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. It definitely encourages me to keep making these videos and sharing this information from you. Until next time, make it a great day.